This time we have a KitKat. Let's open it up. We break it apart, and we see that it consists of waffles, chocolate cream, and milk chocolate on the outside. We looked at its proportions, and it became clear that it was possible to use the same shape that we did for Snickers. However, it is rusty, and it needs to be redone a little bit. If you look at the KitKat from the end, you can see that it is slightly slanted upwards. Similar, we bend the walls of the mold. To keep it in the position, we take a door handle like this and weld it to the mold. Now we lift the walls. Now we lift up the walls, snap them, and everything holds really well. Now let's return the mold to its normal appearance. We insert an iron brush into the drill chuck and tighten it. We clean all the rust from the metal surface. Now you see 5 cans of paint and the same amount of primer. First, we need to cover everything with a primer. And from above, we go through the red paint, outside and inside. We're gonna wait for it to dry, and it's done. We open up the mold, cut off the pieces of parchment, and fasten them with tape. The entire mold from the inside should be covered with parchment. Now we go to the supermarket, and the first thing that we're gonna need is a lot of chocolate, a little bit dark, and a lot of milk chocolate. $20 kilograms of sugar, 20 kilograms of flour, 20 packs of butter, 4 large trays of eggs. There are 20 pieces in each one. 28 liters of milk, a whole box of cocoa powder, and now we can go to the checkout. All this costs us around $250. The first thing we do is dump some of the chocolate out on the table. We take an iron bowl, and we open up each chocolate bar and break it into pieces. Just like you see here. When the bowl is filled with a little bit of a heap, we send all this into a steam bath. A volume of chocolate like this melts for as much as 40 minutes. Just stir it occasionally and wait for it to turn into a homogeneous hot chocolate. We remove from the steam bath and go outside to our mold. First, we smear the joints with a spatula so that the chocolate does not flow through them. Now you can pour the whole bowl at once. We level the chocolate with a spatula so that there's the same layer everywhere. When it freezes, you need to do the following. Cut pieces from a piece of chipboard the size of the mold wall. We wrap it with stretch film and put them inside the mold. And we press the long walls with clamps. It's time to cook the chocolate cream that will go inside the KitKat. We need 14 liters of milk, 12 kilograms of sugar, 2.8 kilograms of cocoa, and 5 kilograms of flour. We take a basin, open the flour, and pour out all 5 kilograms. Also 12 kilograms of sugar. And cocoa too. Now we just need to open up the milk and pour it on top. We put the basin on the floor and mix all of this with a construction mixer. We turn all of this into a homogeneous mixture without lumps. Now we're going to insert gas cylinders into the stoves and put a large iron pot on them. Pour the remaining 12 liters of milk into this. We wait until the milk boils and quickly pour in our first mixture. We knead all of this together, and only after 3 hours the mixture began to thicken well, but not evenly in lumps. So far, we need 4 kilograms of butter and 2.5 kilograms of margarine. We open all of this up, and dump it into the hot cream. To mix everything up, we take the same mixer. First at low speeds, we mix the butter in. Then at high speed, we break up all the lumps and achieve a creamy texture. Done. Now let's take it outside. When the cream cools down, it will thicken even more. While we make the dough for the waffles, we take 2.5 kilograms of margarine, open it up, and put it in the saucepan. Put the pan on the flame. Let the margarine melt. In the meantime, we take 80 eggs, open each tray, and break the eggs into the basin. Pour in 3 kilograms of sugar. Beat well with the mixer, gradually increasing the speed. Here you also need to pour 1.5 liters of milk and melted margarine, and mix. Pour 5 kilograms of flour into the same basin. The last time we knead, and the dough for the waffles is ready. Especially for this video, we bought 4 waffle irons. We open them up, and we're not going to make ordinary thin waffles, but Belgian ones. Fill the heated waffle iron with the dough, and close them up. After a couple of minutes, they're ready. Put them out on the table, and we made waffles for 4 hours. There are about 200 pieces here, and they're all very crispy. By this time, the cream is thickened really well. We lubricate a layer of chocolate in the mold with it, and glue the waffles on top. On top of this, we'll put another layer of cream, then a layer of waffles, and so on. We haven't even filled out half of the mold, but our waffles are already up. I had to go back to the store and buy more products for the dough. The second batch of dough was already made of 120 eggs. After spending another 6 hours, we made another 300 waffles, and we continued to fill out the mold in the same way. Done. Now the mold can be opened. We remove the chipboard sheets, open it up again, and break the chocolates. Melt them in a steam bath, and fill the cavities around the edges. And we level this all out with a spatula. Again, we break the chocolates apart and fill the next bowl with them. While all this is melting, we remove the remaining sheets of the chipboard. Pour some hot chocolate from the second side. It took 4 bowls of chocolate to just fill out the edges. I had to buy more of it in order to make the final fill on top. To do this, chocolate needs to be more fluid. When the chocolate is already melted, open a bottle of sunflower oil and add in 200 milliliters. Mix this all up and pour the last bowl of hot chocolate This time not around the edges, but on top of the bar. Now level it all out. To get the inscription KitKat on top, we made a stencil on paper in advance. We transferred this onto the chipboard sheet using a marker. We cut this all out with a jigsaw along the planed lines. And we're left with a set that looks just like the letters. Now we take a sheet of parchment and put them in from all sides with a construction stapler. This is necessary so that the chocolate does not stick later. When working with such things like this, be very careful. I got distraction and pinched my finger with a brace. We put a plaque on top, and with the same stapler, we attach each letter to it. We're left with a stamp like this, and that just needs to be applied to the hot chocolate. The next morning, we remove the stamp, and we're left with the inscription KitKat. We open up the walls, first the two nearest ones, then the two furthest. In my opinion, it turned out pretty similar to a KitKat. Just look at how huge it is compared to me. Especially in order to cut it, we bought this hacksaw. We start sawing the KitKat with it. And sort of peel off the piece. And we see a bunch of waffles and chocolate cream inside. Only one piece like this weighs more than 20 kilograms, and the whole KitKat is 140. We counted as many as 500 Belgian waffles inside our KitKat. It took 3 full days to prepare it, right from morning to night. And it turned out really tasty. It looks like we'll be eating it for a very long time. Finally, we managed to make such a huge bar, and if you want me to continue making videos like these, then just give the thumbs up. 350,000 likes and we'll supersize something else for you. In the meantime, you can write in the comments what exactly you would like to see.